very first quarterfinal here on day one of our EU Cup prelims on SWC2024. It's time for the pre-bans, and we jump on into the mix with Sam and Seishizo.
Here it is, in this very orange affair. Who will come out as the Zest? Let's find out. It's PinkRoid versus ThatAapje. Pre-bans have been locked in already there, say. We've got Julian, we've got Laura off the field. And ThatAapje straight away with the Water Twin Angels as well.
Yeah, Water Twin Angels. I think it's a very good unit in current meta. It has that strip potential and a decent chance at also going for a push-up. But on the other side, we do see those two meta units we mentioned earlier, the Chandra and the Cigar. It doesn't really say too much of what kind of draft style you will do, but they probably fit in any kind of playstyle. So ThatAapje now has to determine, okay, what kind of playstyle does he want to play for? If he goes for that Veronica right now, he might be very open towards something like a Maya Wang, but we actually do see a Pontos and a Bella. Interesting picks.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Pontos again bringing another speed lead into the into this specific draft as well, and you can see PinkRoid responding straight away. If you're going to bring those speed leads, if we're going to compete for that turn one, I've got that Sekhmet. Try and put a cool time from that third skill. Who do you think you should partner it up with, say?
Well, a Juno definitely feels very strong right now, but you have to keep in mind the moment that you boost that Bella and it also has a armor break on one of your units, it could be very deadly. But we have that Ethna being locked in, and that ThatAapje going very quick with that Tian Lang. Great unit into that Ethna, paired with the Smicer. So we're going very bruiser heavy, but also trying to look at single target killing units.
Yeah, exactly. PinkRoid now has that last pick. It can sometimes be crucial. We always say it. A good draft kind of means that the person wants to try and ban that last pick, knowing that the rest of the draft can deal with it. Who do you like for that pick, say?
I would personally still like the Juno on this side and then maybe ban out the heavy damage dealer as that Bella is, but that could be an option. He actually decides to go for a second speed lead with that Water Ryu.
Yeah, and now they're going to be going through those bans, say. So you were saying there around the different bans that he maybe has to deal with throughout. Who do you like for it?
I would say if you remove the Bella, you remove a lot of the damage potential on that ThatAapje side, but then there again, there's a lot of other things that you have to deal with as well. Yeah, you have the Tian Lang being removed and the Ethna.
Yep, so we've got those speed leads coming in for both PinkRoid and ThatAapje. It's our SWC2024 Europe Preliminary Quarterfinals, match one. First set of this year between PinkRoid and ThatAapje. Sekhmet is going to be taking that first turn. Can she get the cool time? And who's she going to go for here? She goes for those Twin Angels, but resisted!
Resist on the Twin Angels, and we actually had the Water Ryu probably being swift, moving next. That would have been a great opener for PinkRoid, but in this case, that ThatAapje moves. Does he go for the strip? Does not manage to land the armor break, but actually the Cigar is moving next, and the Cigar moving next will be very crucial for PinkRoid because he can simply just push back everything. The Pontos is not on will, probably some kind of Nemesis build, but this is the moment that PinkRoid can definitely take over this match.
Yeah, he's looking for it now. He's going to be having Sekhmet come around, going for those defense breaks, going for the reset actually instead there because of the one-turn provoke.
Yeah, definitely a very smart play, because the moment that the Pontos would go for an additional turn, he would pretty much level all of the debuffs on the field and make it a start of the match again. So well played by PinkRoid right now, but he has to start working on dealing damage. The team comp that he has doesn't provide that much damage, but over a long duration of time, there's a lot of chip damage. The Chandra skill 1 always crit. The more skill 2, a lot of damage, very good artifacts right there.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Pontos there had all cool times still to go up through as well. So he's got the opportunity now, PinkRoid, to try and take advantage of that and make sure if he can take out a unit, if he takes out that Bella, where's the damage coming from on the side of that ThatAapje, you say?
Yeah, then all the damage is gonna come from that Smice, but in this case, try to stun. The stun on the Water Twins Angel is not very consistent, so didn't manage to land all too much on those right now. He really has to be looking at the Pontos, getting that third skill off, which was actually cooldown increased by that Twins Angel as well. So this is very crucial that he can start dealing some damage. However, the invisibility is already removed.
Definitely is. Oh, nice additional turn there for the Bellas. All going to be able to take out that Chandra now. It's one unit down.
It is one unit down, but I do think we're very quickly into trading a 1-for-1. But I think that 1-for-1 trade is somewhat in the favor of that ThatAapje because of the Smicer. The Smicer is just adding so much to this match right now. And in the end, he still hasn't managed to actually kill this Bella.
Oh, getting that bomb and the stun there as well onto it. And now silences. It seems like that ThatAapje is just controlling because PinkRoid cannot get any other skills off apart from that skill 1, say.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to get the skills off right now. If he now also managed to take that more down, then it would be a lot of stuff. But this Smice is really working well right now. It's keeping the healing in, it's keeping the silences in, it's keeping the attack bar pushbacks. And we have the Pontos coming up with so much support as well. These are just 3 very formidable support units that are really doing their job right now.
Yeah. Oh, big additional turn though for Cigar. This is maybe a moment where it can look to change. He's got that cool time. Going to pop it into the Pontos. Does he get provokes? 2 out of 3.
He did get a decent amount of provokes, but the thing he did not get is the pushback on that Smicer. Smicer gets the turns in. Even if it is provoked, it's still healing. It's still pushing back. It's still silencing. The unit is doing so much while it's actually under inability effects itself. So for that reason, Smicer's just doing a whole lot of work right now, whereas Cigar can't really get his grasp on this match.
No, he can't. Smicer just being on the field right now is preventing from PinkRoid doing any of those skills, obviously, from the silences. And right now, there's no opportunity. That bomb's going to go off soon.
Yeah, the bomb is going to go off, and it actually does do enough damage, and that is the victory with 1-0 for PinkRoid.
Oh, ThatAapje got the one there.
Oh, sorry.
So
I'm used to PinkRoid winning. Sorry, my bad.
But wow, you could see in that draft, though, that ThatAapje was kind of ready to control PinkRoid after he dealt with the stuff. Obviously, there was a big resist at the beginning from that Sekhmet not managing to land that skill 3. I think that opened the floor for Apje. But do you think in this next set that maybe PinkRoid will change things up? He might have a Julian on the field?
Yeah, I will definitely have that Julian on the field, and I think that ThatAapje maybe also went for a playstyle that PinkRoid didn't really expect, because the Water Twins Angels as a first pick is not super common. So it's definitely curious to see what PinkRoid will go for a ban right now, because would he ban out his own Tian Lang? Now he's actually going for the ban on that Veronica, which wasn't drafted. Same for the Maximilian. So those two units cannot be used, but the Julian will be probably on the side of PinkRoid right now.
Yeah, let's find out. He does have that first pick as well right now. So maybe he was already looking to try and go into that turn 1 by banning the Veronica already in the pre-bans prior. Are we going to see familiar faces that we've seen throughout the rest of the past seasons with a Chandra? Is he going to go for something like a Vanessa speed lead instead? What do you like here, say?
There's actually a lot of options. Like the Cigar and Chandra, they're still very safe picks that you can go any route on. You could also think about stealing that Twins Angel, because that Twins Angel is insanely strong with that Julian later pick, or a Vanessa. So there's actually a lot of options that PinkRoid could go for, and he's actually taking the full time to lock in that Chandra.
Yeah, deciding on that Chandra, so locking in a speed lead early as well. ThatAapje straight away responding again with those Twin Angels. Obviously, they provided a great amount of work in that last match for him, and partnering it again with the Bella.
Yeah, in this case with that Bella, but on the other side we do have that Asher, and Asher is different than the Sekhmet. It gives a chance for the whole team to move, but with that Tian Lang it gets a lot more difficult. Cigar is being locked in on the other side. We have that Tian Lang and that Pontos, so that ThatAapje is definitely not feeling like changing a winning draft right here.
Yeah, exactly. Tian Lang is a pain for PinkRoid right there with the Escher, obviously boosting up the attack bar, and Tian Lang just eating it all up. How do you think he can switch here? Is he going to pivot or carry on into that first turn? The Zima coming out on the field.
Zima and a Sierra, two very interesting units, but I am not really seeing the draft of this, because in that sense, ThatAapje will most likely take the first turn. Can go for that Laura. Asher and Zima can both be on Swift, so those are the two Swift threats. But on the other hand, how fast is that Laura? Because it has 120 base speed. Yeah,
it's super fast. Let's see exactly if he's going to ban that out. Are we going to see a ban then on one of the potential fast units? Maybe the Zima comes out already. That Asher is going to help the Tian Lang. The mind games are coming in, say.
Yeah, absolutely, the mind games. There's a lot of good potentials bans on these, like all of the kind of speed contestants. It's really this match about who takes the first turn. And we have Asher being on the field, Zima being gone, and the Laura being gone.
Yeah, speed leads for both these guys with the 24%. It's our Europe preliminary quarterfinals, set number 2 between PinkRoid and ThatAapje, who is 1-0 ahead at the moment. Escher taking that first turn, but allowing Tian Lang to cut. Can he get strips and stuns?
Oh, he gets a stun on the most crucial target, because the Cigar was actually moving next in this position. The big question is, can Pontos get the skill in? Because boosting of the Pontos does not get the skill, also because of the Tian Lang. And for that reason, the Sierra will move, and also the Chandra will move next.
Yeah, exactly. Preventing that Pontos from taking a turn at the moment right now. But there is a chance that maybe he does take a turn. Nope, we're straight into Bella.
Straight into Bella. Bella, how much can you do and who do you go for? Does go for a decent amount of pushbacks on that unit, but now all eyes on this Pontos. Pontos is on Nemesis. However, I don't think he will live to take another turn, because the skill 1 of the Sierra and the skill 1 of the Chandra is most likely going to take out the Pontos.
Ooh, deciding against it right there. So Tian Lang coming, defense break landed as well on that Cigar. Is that Chandra going to be enough to take it out? Ooh!
Ooh, it takes it out, and it actually managed to stun it, and it is a Vio Chandra. It is slightly changed in the last balance patch, where Chandra doesn't have as much chance anymore to stun, but Violent Chandra does do a lot of damage. Cigar going for AoE pushbacks, lots of provokes in there, and I would definitely say that PinkRoid is sitting in the driver's seat for this match.
Definitely, as you can see, the S1 of Sierra not doing too much right there, but Chandra can cycle through to that skill 3, keep the slows up, and he's just going to be trying to control ThatAapje right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of work going in. Plus, we have the damage from that Chandra, most likely crit damage Chandra, doing a lot of damage by just having that defense on the Cigar. Cigar provoking everything. The combination of them two is just giving a lot of chit damage from the Chandra to the enemy team, and one by one, these units are falling down from the ThatAapje side.
They're getting stunned, and ThatAapje has conceded that set, so PinkRoid has managed to bring it back 1-1 there, say. I think it was really crucial that obviously the Esche did get that turn, but the Tian Lang, it managed to prevent not get all of the strips on all the other units, did get that Cigar, but it still moved ahead, or the Ciara ahead of that Pontos having been pushed up as well. These types of things you've got to look out for, right, before you're playing against someone like a PinkRoid.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does also show the rune quality of PinkRoid's Violent runes, because they are probably a few tiers higher in speeds than on the side of ThatAapje, because otherwise the Pontos would have moved as well. If the Pontos moved, got the skill 3 in, it would have been a completely different match, but the units on the side of PinkRoid being that fast made it possible that he actually took the turns and he was able to fully stun lock that Pontos into oblivion. So in this case, we do have the Chandra on the side of ThatAapje.
Yep, he's stolen it back. It seems like it might be a contested unit for the rest of this match then, say. Cigar, a good response into that. Obviously, we know how useful all of his skills really are. There's the provokes from that skill 1, and everything else with the cool times from skill 3. Again, early with that Esche means likely a Tian Lang coming out.
Yeah, Tian Lang is definitely an opener for that one. In this case, PinkRoid doesn't have too many speed leads, whereas in the last draft he had 2 speed leads. Sierra locking in that speed, but does he go back to the more for his second speed lead in this case?
Well, let's see. Ooh, deciding maybe to go instead with that Zima again. We didn't see it in that last match, so we're not sure exactly how fast it is, if it is on that Swift, like you were saying. So do you like it still in this at the moment?
I think it is an okay unit. However, you do have the issue where Pontos, sure, it can't use the first skill, but Pontos can actually throw back the things that the Zima landed before. Plus, there's an option of an Heigang and a Marsha in this case.
Yeah, you can see the damage output, but there's another damage output coming on the side of PinkRoid right there. Who do you like to ban out?
The Sonya is definitely an interesting one, but on the other side, there's 2 speed leads on the side of ThatAapje and just 1 speed lead on the side of PinkRoid. ThatAapje could decide to simply remove that speed lead, and therefore Sonya's probably not going to do that much damage. So curious to see what the 2 gentlemen will ban out here.
Yeah, exactly. The mind games are coming in. Are you going to take out that damage or the speed lead? Like you said, so damage taken out from the side of ThatAapje, speed lead taken out on the side of the PinkRoid. We've got a HP lead and a speed lead as we're going in to our Europe preliminary quarterfinals, set 3 between PinkRoid and ThatAapje. Currently all square. Let's see who can change that. We've got Esche taking that turn, but Tian Lang likely to cut if he goes for it.
Yeah, Tian Lang is definitely going to cut. We do have a Sonya that is very fast and moving next. However, can it be stunned? It is stunned! And that is a very crucial stun. However, this skill 3, it's not going to do... Oh, it was managing to cleanse a few things, but the big issue is right now, the Pontos is not on will runes.
No, it's not. It's silenced right now as well, so Chandra can look to throw up a defend if he wants to go for it early. Obviously, hitting that Sonya might increase her attack bar at any time as well. He's taking that extra turn, cycling through. Ooh.
Does give the turn. In this case, you really need that additional turn right now to come back into this match. Sure, you can throw back the silence, the anti-cleanse. Does manage to throw it back. Does give a little bit of attack bar because of that Heigang. But in the end, we have a Cigar moving next, and that Cigar is doing very well work again.
Yeah, good damage coming out from Escher as well. That skill 2 is in, and it does crit onto Tian Lang, taking out with a 30k hit there.
That is some good amount of damage, and that also takes out quite a bunch of the possibilities for ThatAapje, because the unit that we're looking at right now, sure, Chandra, we have seen it do quite some damage over a very lengthy match, but it will take quite a bit of time to actually get all of that damage in. Plus, there's no healers on the side of ThatAapje.
Yeah, exactly. There's no healing, and Sonya is soon going to be able to cycle through into her skill 2 again at the moment. You could see that Pontos tried to take an extra turn earlier, say, as well on Vio, but did get stunned out from that nice placed bomb from Zima.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus all of the speed buffs that are going in. Sure, there was 2 very nice despair stuns over there, but the Sonya is just so much as a threat right now. Sure, you can hit it with a skill 1 on the Chandra pretty easily, but not if you're provoked all the time.
Yeah, exactly. If you're provoked, you're only going to be hitting that monster that did provoke you in the first place. Sonya is going to be taking a turn next, unless he tries to go for a stun. No.
Good. Decides not to go for skill 2 to kill anything. Might be thinking that the Pontos would be high on defense and might actually ignore it. But in this case, ThatAapje already concedes, because knowing that he would take some more damage from that Sonya in later turns.
Exactly. PinkRoid taking it back then. So he was 1-0 down. He's taking it back to 2-1 there. So you could see the damage output that he was able to provide with that Sonya. ThatAapje did get a stun on the Sonya at the start, but there was no follow-up damage. Do you think ThatAapje needs to change that in this next draft?
Yeah, the Pontos is kind of in a weird position. I do think that the Pontos is very strong, but if it is locked in a draft where it cannot provide that much more than just the immunity and also the invisibility, but he doesn't really get to the point where he can actually do that, it's not going to do anything. In this case, we have the Water Twins Angels and the Maximilian being banned out. So PinkRoid is already learning from that very first round, saying like, okay, I do not want to I don't want to play that unit because that is heavily speed contesting. And PinkRoid in general likes to take that first turn.
Yeah, we saw last time he stole the Chandra in this similar position as well. Interesting that we've seen that pre-ban of the Maximilian save, because we haven't seen him actually use it when he could have used it during the last few matches. Julian, that first pick though, that's an early first Julian, no?
That's a very early first Julian. ThatAapje could actually go for the Chandra Cigar, but does like to look in a Chandra plus a Laura.
Yeah, Laura coming in. We said already how high that unit's base speed actually is, but there PinkRoid deciding to partner up with, yeah, a nice little combo as well there. Vanessa with the 33% speed lead, Adriana able to also put a nice amount of buffs onto that Julian to deal more damage.
Yeah, very interesting draft. He's probably going to be looking into maybe locking in that Sonya again or other very fast units. Could be a good Sierra kind of pickup as well. So on this question it is for ThatAapje. What kind of units can you bring to either turn 2 that, which you probably don't really like to, and therefore he's also locking in the Veronica once again and going back to comfortable picks with Pontos.
Oh, straight away Pinky. We always say with Pinky, plays so many matches. He knows exactly how to answer certain drafts that come in front of him, right? And there you see at the moment, he's popped down already that Juno and the Diana. Do you like that as a response?
I absolutely love that as a response because the Juno, you can't really reset it that well. It doesn't matter too much. It has great skills into all of the buffs that the enemy provides. Plus, the Diana would have been very good against all of the AoEs. But another unit that we see right now, Angela, recently changed in the balance patch. Before, it was just if you have shields, she will provide damage on whatever hit her on that shield. But now also removes 2 debuffs every time she takes a turn. On the other side, we do see a very shiny draft as well, with a Giselle being locked in.
Yeah, Giselle being locked in can obviously provide even more invincibility as well as the Pontos out in that field. We're seeing the Juno taken out, likely for the strips that could happen. Laura as well, as we've now got speed leads on both of the sides. This is our Europe preliminary quarterfinals. It's the first match, remember, guys, but set 4. If PinkRoid wins, he's already through to those semi-finals, say. Let's find out if he can advance.
We do have that Veronica moving second. And in this case, Veronica has to strip through a lot of buffs, which is very difficult for her, and she does not manage to do that at all.
No, and now Julian taking out that Giselle. Woo!
Armor break with an attack buff, Julian hurts. No matter how long the match is going on for, Julian will one-shot units. No matter how tanky they are, they will one-shot.
Yeah, he's now got to obviously face through all of that invincibility on the side of ThatAapje. But the moment that Julian gets back online, say, the damage output is insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Plus, there's so much protection going on for that Julian right now. There's that Angela with constant healing, constant shields, constant everything going on. You can't kill it because of the passive. There's even a Vanessa passive that will also prevent that. There's an Adriana. There's just so many things going on for PinkRoid's draft right now.
Yeah, and look at that with the Julian. Can now take that turn again with the skill 2. The silence is obviously removed when he cleanses it on his turn. And it's going to really be an uphill battle for ThatAapje to get through these units now.
Yeah, once again, it's that Pontos as a support role, but a support without any healing. Pontos, by all means, it's a great unit, but it doesn't really fit where you don't have the upper hand in the battle, where you just provide that skill 3 time and time again, but then also provide enough damage, because this additional turn into that skill 3, I think it's just going to prolong the inevitable, and that is most likely that PinkRoid will win this match.
Yeah, I think it is at the moment. It's obviously Valiant. He's maybe trying to see if he can get the Veronica back online anytime soon. He's got the cool time again. It was resisted fully in that first hit with the immunity on there. Does she get it this time? She gets 3 out of 4.
She gets 3 out of 4, but once again, look at this healing. There's a lot of healing, there's a lot of shields. You have to go through all of those shields. Plus, if you're hitting the shields, you take damage as well. Sure, you don't take it with the invisibility, but there's gonna come a point where you don't have that. Plus, the Julian is just doing so much damage.
Yeah, Adriana really helping out PinkRoid, putting that attack buff onto the Julian in there, just hitting the 9k hits casually in that skill 2, right?
Yeah, it's just, Julian is just a powerhouse of damage, and he's so hard to kill. Even a skill 1 on an armor break is still critting for 9k.
Oh my god, look at this. Pontos does have it, and he has conceded now. PinkRoid taking that win. He's here, and he's on a mission, Adam.